noise, mine's broken. But I'll very quickly introduce it. So Grant and I went out to Finland to look at how buildings perform with snow on their roofs, which may seem like an incredibly straightforward thing in terms of U values, but it's a really dynamic topic. And to be fair, it's a really difficult topic to measure because when you're instrumenting buildings at, what was it, Grant, -19?
Yeah.
And it's basically we had 1 hour of sunlight every day. So it's quite difficult just to get the instruments onto these buildings, painful in many regards as well. But it's something that has never been looked at. And in terms of the energy models and the dynamic performance of U values with snow, it's actually really, really interesting stuff. And when Grant gets his slides up, to show us. There we go.
So as Rich said, it came from a place of, well, it's not been looked at. We've looked at what snow does in thermal modelling in terms of reflection and so on, but not so much what it does to the thermal resistance of a roof. So it starts a couple of years ago in Henshaw 2. So for those that don't know, in Henshaw 2, we can recreate weather conditions. So we brought the snow machine out, we dropped it down to about -20 in there. And at the time we had the Vector Home, which is a flat roof bungalow kind of property, quite good U value. Design U value of 0.09, measured baseline of 0.14. And what we did, we injected snow into the chamber, allowed about, what would you say, 10 centimetre of snow on the roof?
100 mil, yeah.
100 mil. So 10 centimetre of snow on the roof and kind of left it there for 30 days and just wanted to see what happens with the thermal response of the roof. So you can see huge drop in U value as the snow was injected and then a really slow climb. So we spoke to some different snow scientists at Liverpool, Manchester and Edinburgh. And our thinking was when fresh snow first lands, it's really fluffy, traps a lot of air in, and is essentially a layer of insulation on the roof. But then as it starts to thaw and freeze again and so on, it becomes more and more compact and loses that kind of insulative property. But this is chamber conditions, not real conditions. We didn't have a dynamic cycle going. We had just a constant temperature in the chamber or in the house. So we worked with the University of Edinburgh and put forward a NERC bid. So this is with ourselves, University of Salford, University of Edinburgh, Finnish Meteorological Institution, Arctic. So it was based at the FMI Arctic Space Centre in Sodankylä. Now, those that don't know where that is, it's about an hour north of the Arctic Circle, really northern Finland. Just constant snow, 2 hours of daylight each day. It was a mad place to be, especially setting up sensors in them situations. So we picked 2 routes. What I'm showing here is just the results from one, and it's about 2 months into the campaign. As Rich said, it's live now. The snow, I think, is just melted, so we're about to get a proper baseline measurement now. But subarctic climates, extreme winters, snow lands and doesn't disappear for months, basically. So here what we did was measured 24 average of U value and 24-hour average of snow depth. So snow depth is usually measured at ground level. So what we did when we went out there in November, we cleared the roof, started it fresh, had a snow sensor set up, and we just measured the U value as we would 9869 part 1. We're all familiar with it. We set that up on a roof measurement. This is the flat outhouse roof into the radiation hut. So here there is minimal to no insulation in this roof. So it should be quite pronounced. And we have seen what we're expecting, that slope as snow depth increases, U value decreases. Again, really early results here. So what we have seen in the latest data where it starts to increase again, snow has been melting. But as Rich said, this all leads us on to the work in extreme conditions. So next up is
40 centimeters of snow.
Yes.
Oh wow.
It is.
Yeah.
I've got videos of Rich walking through it and it's up to his waist.
It's waist deep.
It's madness.
This is just past the official village of where Santa Claus lives. which is the official village. But so yeah, it's high up in the Arctic Circle, and one of their main research goals is to study snow. I mean, that's what they do. They're not too interested in U values, surprisingly, but yeah, this is the place to go for snow.
But also interesting to know, heat pumps everywhere there.
Heat pumps, yeah, I think he cast aside to this idea is that the heat pumps don't work in snowy conditions.
So that's broadly the installation project we're up to with it. It's just a little highlight of it, but that leads us on to Hassam. Hassam's joining us remotely. So Hassam, are you available now?
Hello,
Hello?
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I can share my screen. So I have 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, can you?
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay. So thanks for the invitation, and basically, I can briefly